back up. Today I'm going to be talking about one of the greatest inventors of all time. He's the inspiration for Elon Musk's car, the Tesla. I will be talking about Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla was one of the most innovative inventors of all time. He was known for going tit for tat with Edison and even creating some of the best technology that we are barely seeing now in our day and age. He invented like shortwave radio frequency. He invented the Tesla coil technology. He essentially is responsible for like wireless technology altogether, and frequency, the use of like frequency, so like remote operated, remote control cars, drones, cell phone signal. The concepts are all based on this man, Nikola Tesla, who existed at the same time frame with Alexander Graham Bell and Thomas Edison, who were barely tapping into like wired technology, let alone offering up like this vastly new concept of like having wireless technology, when we were barely inventing the concept of harnessing electricity. Yeah, we had electricity, but harnessing it was a whole different aspect. And so Nikola Tesla essentially invented a whole new type of electricity, which would allow free-flowing electricity. The concept wouldn't be like able to be regulated per se, and like it wasn't organized in the sense like where they could regulate the voltage and understand how much voltage was being put out versus how much was being consumed. And so Thomas Edison, his plan for electricity, although less efficient, had an organized structure into which they can essentially charge citizens to use the product, which is essentially electricity. Nikola Tesla, a lot of his work just kind of it disappeared for a long time, in the sense that he didn't get a lot of credit for it. And then, he just kind of like fell into obscurity, honestly. After he did not win the Chicago World Fair, a lot of his work, and he went into isolation. But if you do the research and you kind of look at what he was working on and the things that he invented, they exist all around us, and all the things that he has invented essentially have been built upon and modernized. And like one of my favorite things that I've seen of Nikola Tesla is he's operating a remote controlled boat in a little pond at, I think it's the World's Fair. Ancient. And like, to remind you again, this is a time where we're still telegramming people, and the man is operating a remote controlled boat. And so I think it's just amazing. I think he was probably beyond his time. And I think he deserves a lot more credit in the eyes of, the youth. The youth definitely, I think we hear about him more. He's definitely in conversation now that Tesla is a vehicle. Well, do people even know like what it's named after, But I'm sure like he fell out of obscurity, and I would definitely like to see him come back into conversation, because like we know, children know Alexander Graham Bell, people know Thomas Edison, people know Albert Einstein, but I think Nikola Tesla gets just a little credit here. So thank you. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe.